Good evening, everyone. This is Michael Obeid from Bankstown, Sydney, Australia. I received an email from somebody who requested to make my comment about the whole thing regarding to Russia and Ukraine and why Mr. Albanese, his visit to Ukraine. And somebody else also he said to me about other stuff related to that, but it's like more in details. Okay, so I'll try to be short, straightforward, to the point. Some people they think I have just many Russian friends and that's it, so I'm standing with Russia. Actually, I have Ukrainian friends from Ukraine more than Russia. It's really, this is the fact, honestly. Many friends from Ukraine, not from Russia. Maybe I have many of them. And that's a bit funny in many ways. Not everybody in Ukraine is supporting the government there, as people think it is. No, not everybody. That's for a start. And let's be honest, Russia, real capital city was Kiev. Moscow came up later on. Let's be honest, that's a fact. So the relation between Russia and Ukraine is much deeper than this idea of, oh, this is a country, this is another country, they don't know each other, and then the fight started or something. No. So the mainstream media is lying about everything almost. Okay. On the other hand, if Russians have that much of hatred, Kiev was under the siege, but they didn't want to destroy it. So they let it go because it's actually their own city. This is the fact. Some people insist to lie all the time about the media saying, Russian aggression, Russian aggression. Come on, guys, not everyone is as stupid as you think, okay? Zelensky and his regime and the regime who came after that military coup that been done in 2014. It was planned by British and American intelligence service. Okay. Since that time, they start making an organized campaign to get off from almost 17 million people who lives there as Russian, and there is another number of people who's mixed up between his considered half Russian, half Ukraine. So imagine somebody want to kick out over 17 million people, families like this. You think that Mr. Putin is a stupid guy? He's going to let that happen? Why do you think he's stupid? Who's the stupid one here? It's you guys who think that way, right? Let's be honest with each other. Let's imagine people that go, Zelensky is a hero. Zelensky, 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 Zelensky. They think Zelensky is some kind of Jesus Christ or something. Okay? Let's imagine somebody want to make a war between us and New Zealand. How about that? How anybody can accept that? For whatever it was reason. There is no point of having this kind of kicking out 17 million people like this. And you think the other party is going to accept that because he's too scared of you. I mean, who's going to accept that? This is for start to tell people the fact about this war and why Ukraine is not the innocent victim. You can't become an ally with old Nazis and these new Nazis or with the future Nazis and think, well, oh, bad people. Hitler was a nice person. You know, he's nice. Yeah. Zelensky, the new Hitler, or something. How anyone could accept that? Let's be honest with each other. The real solution, as I can see, You have to stop what you are doing from supporting this silly Zelensky, because this guy is gambling with his country. You can't gamble with your country because you have an opinion or because you are against a group of people or something like that. You can't do that. You can't continue running away with that. You can't keep telling people lies. Let's be honest with each other. To be in friendship with a silly person like this, it means you are the most stupid person. Full stop. Actually, Mr. Albanese, you really embarrass yourself with this step you done. I know it sounds as a bit of what we can call it public relation campaign of some kind, in the eyes of somebody, but it sounds extremely foolish in the long term. Because what may happen next, you don't know. You don't know. You can't predict what's going to happen next. And let's be honest with each other. The Western world is facing serious crisis. If you keep telling lies and think these lies is going to make you survive, things doesn't work like that. And I'll be honest with you, the whole country is surrounding Mr. Zelensky. In a bit of time, they will get bored and they will say, well, look, we don't want this stuff to keep happening. And they're going to put him in deep shit. And someone who's going to stand with him will find himself in the same deep shit again. On the other hand, Mr. Albanese, this is not a public relation good for you, mate. That's the way you think. It's not going to help you. We have a lot of crises at the moment that need something to be done about it and done fast. Instead of traveling around and trying to get international public figure. There's nobody cares about your public figure in there dancing with Mr. Zelensky. And I don't know, maybe next time you may find yourself forced to dance naked with Mr. Zelensky. And that will give very bad impression also. So Zelenskism is not a good philosophy. So it's better to go to Australianism instead of Zelenskism. Okay, honestly. And at the moment, there's a flood. There's a serious problem. It's too much the cold weather. People need a lot of financial support. There's a lot of stuff need to be done here, not dancing with Mr. Zelensky. Okay. And regarding some Ukrainian friends who talk to me about how much they hate this guy Zelensky. The whole thing is not just about Zelensky himself. It's much complicated. You have to really think who is making this silly person coming to the power. You can't bring a clone to the position of power without something extremely clownful is going to happen, which is something like this. Especially if this biological warfare was going to come out. This is extremely serious, guys. So you have to do something about your country before Mr. Zelensky go more foolish. Personally, I think the real option of stopping this war is a full surrender to Russian condition. It's not about false pride. Like the problem with what you are supporting some people in Western media is like this. There was a Russian lady, her two daughters are married to Ukrainian guys. One of them is inside Russia. The other family is inside Ukraine. And many things like this. The disaster you are causing by this shit stuff you are doing, guys, especially mainstream media, is extremely foolish. And I assure you are going to regret that. Not after a long time, after some time. It's not going to be that long. You don't know what Russia is capable of doing. Really, you don't know. And by the way, there's a chance that you will have no more United Nations, no more of these Security Council resolution and whatever and blah blah blah. Nobody wants to listen to this shit. However, I hope that this war will be ended fast. Actually, the problem with this war, they thought it's going to make some aggression or make Russia bleeding. It turned the other way around. So it seems to me Mr. Putin has planned everything, even including every little step you could ever thought about it. So he stuffed you. You're not going to know, Mr. Putin. You know why? Because all of you are almost like a clone. You are affected by this disease of Zelenskyism. It's another style of how you can make a fool of yourself and thinking you are super smart. Have a good one. My friends, look after each other and take care.